Alright, one piece to camera. I've actually finished the job, but through the magic of editing, I'll put this at the beginning. The message is, if you rely on me for mechanical advice, you should check yourself into a local psychiatric facility. I'm not a mechanic. Don't rely on this. It's our new. Alright, welcome back to my garage. It is stage 2 of the trailer repairs. So, those rusty old brakes we had before are to be replaced. So, there's a bit of cold gal there, which I borrowed from work. I'll do a bit of tidying up of a few things under the trailer. There'll be a wire wheel and we'll take off a bit of rust, and look, that cold gal is not going to last forever, but it'll at least tart it up a bit. Grease, good old WD-40. Now I'm doing something different this time. I'm going to try one of these things, a bearing packer. So for 20 years odd, I've done it by hand, packing the grease through the bearings. I always sort of avoided these, but it's a bloody dirty job, and I figure, why not give this a go? If it doesn't work, $30 or something in the highway and go in the bin. There's some bolts for the calipers, outer bearings, inner bearings, seal, cap. Now, I bought this all as a kit, and to my pleasant surprise, the bearing cones have been pressed in. So they've got a hydraulic press and done that already. Normally I'd have to bang those in. The inner ones down the bottom there and the outer ones there. But these are done. So that's a pleasant surprise. A bit less rusty than the other ones. Same kit over here. So first things first, I'm going to go and put that grease in that grease gun, and we'll have a crack at packing these bearings. Worst come to worst, we'll do it by hand. Alright, just checking we're recording, which we are. Now I've gone back to hat cam here, which is a bit hard because I can't actually see what I'm videoing when it's on my head. But we're going to give it a go because I need both hands. So we're going to pack the bearing now. Now the way you would normally do this, well, the objective first of all is to get the grease right through the rollers in that bearing, right through the race and out the other side, so they're completely packed. What a lot of people do is they just smear this thing in grease, put it in the hub and think that's packed. And if you do that, you'll end up on the side of the road with smoke coming out of your wheels. You have to get the grease right through. And the way you would normally do that, and my bearing mentor Jimbo, g'day Jimbo if you're watching, who taught me about 20 years ago, is he likes to manually pack them. Which means you get grease on your palm here, and you do a motion like that, which eventually forces the grease out the other side. It's a dirty job, and it's a bloody pain in the ass. So I've decided to give one of these things a try, and my mate Jimbo will be howling with disappointment right now because he likes to do them by hand. So what I'm going to do, so that's just screwed in between these two white cones. I've never used one of these before. This is my first time, so I may end up going back to packing by hand. Grease gun goes on, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, well that's pretty impressive actually. I'll give you guys a look. Let me give this a bit of a clean up first. Yeah, a bit of grease leaks around that nipple there. I'll give that a wipe. So, what's happened here, as you can see, the grease, I hope you can see. In fact, I'll take this off. Sorry guys, my very amateurish videoing here. I'm not really used to doing this. I don't know if you can see in there. Yes, you can see. All that nice blue high temperature bearing grease has now gone right through that race. So the inside of that race, where those rollers are, has grease right through it. pretty impressed with that. Alright, well I was pretty impressed with that bearing packer. I don't know why I've been doing it manually for the last 20 years. Thanks, Jimbo, you dick. Next job, so that bearing, I've just put some additional grease on it. It dropped it into the hub there, and this is the inside. So this is where the inside, so where the inside of the wheel. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is the seal that goes on there, and I don't think I'll be able to do this one-handed, so I'm gonna have to stop. I'm just going to tap that with a hammer and get that in, and then put the rubber seal on top of that. Yep, and next is this rubber seal here. So this is at the back of your wheel, and it's what stops the seawater getting into there. So this actually revolves on the axle, so it's a pretty important part. So what I'll do off camera is I'll put some more grease around there to give it a good seal, and that just drops into there like that, and that will provide a seal around the axle and stop any water getting in. And then that basically that rear bearing is now locked in. Then I'll flip it over and we'll do the front. Alright, loaded plenty of grease in there. That seal goes in. Now it flips over. Alright, it's flipped over now. You can see the cone in there. We're now going to pack this small bearing here, and that's going to drop in there. Alright, that sits in there. And then the washer and the castle nut goes on top. And that assembly now is pretty well ready to go onto the trailer. Yeah, the vice grips wouldn't work, but decided to try a pair of Stilsons, and that's got it. Thank Christ. Alright, hub is on. Hub about to go on. Goes in there. And I'll just push that bearing in there. On. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now the washer and the castle nut. Nope. Oh, that's not real good. What's going on there? Ah, that's better. Just pushed in a bit further onto that seal at the back. Now, the trick here is to do this up tight, but not too tight. That's tight, you'll see that's quite stiff there. Go a bit more. That's actually hardly moving now. Now I want to just back it off. I think go a little bit tighter, then I'll back it off. And now we just back it off. Oh. Just a little bit tight there. That's pretty good there. There's no slack in that slip pin. Can't remember where the hole is. It's always a problem. It's there. Pair of pliers. goes right round there. This one I'll just cut off. Just give that a tap down. I should have a hammer with me here for this. But as usual, use the wrong tool for the job. And that, my friends, is on. The last job is a dust cap, which I don't have here. Alright, that needs to now come back ever so slowly. A bit more, it's still a bit tight. A bit more. That's pretty good there, there's no play in that. Alright, now to find the hole for the split pin. There it is. It's now in. Put some grease in that cap just to put that on, and these are a bit on a galvanised hubs. These are a bit of a bugger to get on. You just got to inevitably, should be using a block of wood probably. Just try and get this on. Anyway, I'll fuck around with this.